Now, I always find it kind of amazing the lack of information out there about fighting game tournaments. And no, I'm not talking about how to organize one or where the pros are playing. I'm talking more about beginners and what they should be looking out for when they first go to a tournament. Now, I'm no pro, obviously, but I've gone to a couple tournaments here and there. Now, if you're an online sweat monster or just some casual warrior, you're gonna find advice in here that's gonna help you in tournaments some way, somehow. All right, so tip number one, be on time. And no, I don't just mean like for your matches, but I also mean before the venue even opens. And it's just avoiding big confusion. And I mean, the best example I can give is, like the first day of school when you have your paper and you're trying to figure out where your classes are and you just look into stress. That's gonna happen at the tournaments, but it's gonna probably happen at a bigger scale. You're gonna look lost. It's a bad look. Yeah, you might get lost in the venue, or sometimes you can get lost trying to even find the venue. So just be on time, get there early just so you're not stressing out about where you're supposed to be. Also, usually, but not always, there's extra setups in there so you can get in, get a couple matches and get a little bit warmed up. All right, look at it like this. Have you ever gone online and played a couple matches and found yourself a little bit rusty, even though you just played like yesterday? I know a lot of you are feeling what I'm trying to say. Even if you played literally the night before, you're gonna need some warm-up matches. So get there early, brush off the rust, and maybe you'll get some of those Rock Lee weights off you before you get into your actual tournament match. All right, so tip number two, bring headphones. Now, most of the time when you're playing your online matches, you're in a quiet and usually safe space. Pretty much, your room, your mom's basement, your girlfriend's room, somewhere that's nice and quiet.
Mom! The meatloaf!
But if you're a new player, you aren't used to all this noise going on around you. So you're gonna get thrown off your game. And to be honest, the only real way to get used to all the noise is to expose yourself more and more to that kind of situation or those kind of environments. But with all these distractions, it's going to be overstimulating. So what I used to bring noise canceling headphones. Now, just a disclaimer, mine weren't even really canceling out noise, but they were something I could put over my ears. There were these ones right here. They got the job done. I was able to zone out, I was able to get in the right headspace, and I was able to kind of collect myself while the matches were going on. The headphones themselves made it easier for me to just grow the beast. But a lot of days, a lot of us have noise canceling earbuds and they do a way better job of drowning out sound or just dampening the stimulation. Remember, sometimes too much stimulation is gonna lead to anxiety, stress, and loss of focus. Trust me, I know a doctor. All right, so tip three, be polite. When you're done your match, just shake hands with your opponent, or you could dap them up. It's up to you how hood you want to show them you are, but don't just walk away salty. Like, show sportsmanship.
Oh, no handshake.
And I remember back in the day, people used to do that to me before because they didn't really appreciate my play or didn't like the character that I was playing.
Oh my word, he dashes into it. And there he goes. Oh, he's doing it. He's saying pick someone else.
Most of the time, they end up salty and they just go home early. And even sometimes people don't really want to talk to them after the tournaments because they're just rude. What's cool about tournaments is that you can always ask somebody how to improve or about a particular thing they did to you in the match and how you can avoid it. People are really open to just providing help. So why not ask? I mean, think about it. A lot of the people are going to be in the same boat as you. So why not try to make some friends along the way? Like I liked about it with more of the local tournaments is that you could always exchange gamer tags. You could find some more friends online. So instead of you having to just queue up online to the matchmaking, at least you had somebody there, similar skill level. All right, so tip four, let's talk about nerves. I mean, everybody says it. You are going to be nervous. It's gonna happen. I mean, think about it. This is your tournament arc. Like every shonen protagonist, you're trying to get to the final boss or try to beat your rivals along the way. So don't overthink it. There's no magic pill. There's no secret sauce that's going to help you with your tournament jitters. I know it's easy for me to say, but you're there at the tournament to get new experiences, to meet new people, to learn new tech, and you're trying to find other players that are appreciative of the game that you are. Maybe sometimes they're even more appreciative of it. Just remember the shakes and the sweats, those will pass. Just have fun. And hopefully you remember that when your shirt is pretty drenched. Now, tip number five. Could be the most important one depending on how you look at it, but I think it's number one. Bring snacks, stay hydrated. A lot of the other gamers are going to know that any matches are going to be physically and mentally draining. So you're going to need to keep your energy up and keep focus. Bring healthy snacks, food, nuts, granola bars, whatever have you. And if all else you know every other tip, this is the one I want you to know that's the most important. try as best as you can to avoid too much caffeine. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times like I'm already anxious, and then after I drink a coffee, my hands are just like radiating heat the entire night. It was almost jarring to the point where I was afraid to seek medical attention. And if you plan on going to tournaments this year, please let me know how they turn out, because I've only gone to maybe like 5. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Keep it classy. You'll thank me in the morning.